Hi folks, Joko here, and I'm bringing a feedback report to a first timer. Yes, that's right. I seem to end up with these folks quite a bit. Their first time first attempt at writing a task to IELTS General. Now, is it your first attempt of any type, or your first attempt that you've shared on this board? It'd be pretty rare for someone never even to do it just for their own. Anyway, please have a look, rate it, and let me know where I can improve. Okay. Rick who? Who? Rick who? Alright, so here's the question. Some people say, e-book. Okay, anyway, let's analyze this question. That's the first step. Break it down. See what you're looking at. Okay, make sure I'm still recording here. Yes, I'm still recording. Good, good, good. Are my levels okay? Levels are good. All right. So, analyze the question. Yeah. Okay. So, Okay, so here's the question, which would have been followed by this sentence here. Now, I can tell from the grammar mistakes in the question that you copied this from somewhere, and they copied it from somewhere, and they changed it from an original question, which was a bit different, but they still got the main idea. This is what we call an opinion essay. So you have it's a particular type of question, which in the general training would not normally include the statement or the question, to what extent do you agree or disagree? That type of question is found in the academic essay, task 2. Now, it's a little bit harder. Does it hurt you to practice task 2 academic questions? No, not really. It's a little bit harder, which will make it easier when it comes down to it. The general training test would put this instead as, what do you think about this? Or what is your opinion? Okay, but in either way, you want to analyze the question and ask yourself the basic questions of the question. And, the WH questions. Who? Who are we talking about here? When? Where? What part of the question are we being asked to agree with? Well, this is how I would break it down. Who? Some people. Is that a lot of people? No. Is it most people? No. Is it several people? No. It's somewhere in between those. Say, e-books and modern technology. Now, modern technology is a pretty big thing. I think the original question would have been more specific. We'll totally replace traditional newspapers and magazines, period. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Give reasons for your answers and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Now, I put that in. That wasn't what you typed, but it is in every task 2 question. Okay? Give reasons. Include examples if you have them. When are we talking about here? This is nowadays, obviously. Now, where? All over the world. What part of the question? It's this part. E-books will totally replace. Totally replace means newspapers and printed newspapers and magazines will go away. Here's your essay as a whole. Now, in your introduction, let's see if you accomplish these goals. Show that you understand what the question is asking. Demonstrate vocabulary through paraphrasing. Give your opinion about how much you agree or disagree, and don't take silly risks for sentences that do not help answer the question. Now, the question is, to what extent, how much do you agree with the notion, the idea, that newspapers will go away entirely? How does this sentence, the first one, today, nowadays, I can't believe I'm actually saying you should write nowadays, but yeah, these days, digital content, such as Such as is more formal than like. Such as news, okay, and magazines. Did you mean newspapers? Are broadcasted. No, they're not broadcasted. Television is broadcast, and broadcast is an irregular verb. It's the past tense of broadcast is broadcast. The past participle is broadcast. I think, double check, but I'm pretty sure. But certainly, newspapers and magazines are not broadcast. Through edge-cutting technology. You want cutting edge. There is still a large at bay. What? Who loves to read newspapers or magazines in their free time. Okay, what does that have to do with the question about them disappearing? Oh, I see. You're saying that since there are so many people who love it, therefore it's going to stick around. You need to be more clear about that, in my opinion. Well, do you agree or disagree? Newspapers or physical magazines has its charm and is easily available. What? What is that? The question is, do you agree that they will go away? Not if they have charm. Whatever that means. Body paragraph 1. Now, in your body paragraph, in the first body paragraph, in both of them, in fact, your goals, what you need to do is present relevant, to the question in a clear and organized way. Part of that is through the use of topic sentences. A topic sentence, as we'll discover in your next paragraph, you do know about. They should be the first sentence of a paragraph. Don't have to be, but just make them the first sentence. And it tells the reader what the paragraph is going to be about. And here we have a traditional way of reading. It's not reading. It's not a way of reading. People read the same. It's receiving information. Reading is better than what? Is, you missed an is there, is better, is because all the information, what information, is readily available in one place and is quite portable to carry anywhere. Well, are you selling these things? Because you don't want to waste a bunch of words on fluff. Things like quite portable to carry anywhere. Well, that's what portable means, is you can carry it anywhere. So because all the information is readily available in one place. So a newspaper has all the information in one place? No, it doesn't. It's a limited amount of information. Not all the information. And yes, they're portable. That's all you have to say. And are quite portable. Portable means you can carry it anywhere. People from the affluent and middle class, what does that have to do with, the question. Read the paper every morning with a cup of tea or coffee, not important. Do not include details like this. And until and unless, what? You're not, that's not academic. Well, you're doing general training, never mind. And until and unless they read every bit of it, comma, their day doesn't even begin. Won't begin. There are a lot of people who love going through great, beautiful. Pick one adjective, great or beautiful, and not beautiful. Editorial column, and even solve puzzles. Remember, we use even to describe something more surprising than the thing that came before it. To pass their time. Therefore, the newspaper is less likely to disappear than some people think. You have to connect it back to the idea of the question. There's nothing in here that talks about newspapers replacing or being replaced by online content. It's not in there. Now you might think, by making newspapers and magazines sound great, therefore you are saying that they will stick around. Well, pretend like you're explaining something to a very smart 10-year-old who's always full of questions. So they're going to say, there's lots of people who love it. Okay, well, why? Well, because they like doing the editorials or the Sudokus. Okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? 'Cause they can do Sudokus online. Oh, yeah. Well, they can read editorials. Yeah, they can do that too online. Yeah. Where's the charm? BP2. Aha, now we come to digital content on electronic devices, like mobile phones, mobiles, or tabs affects the health. Okay, I get that. Is another reason to be looking on, Okay, so what you want to say here is another reason, another reason why newspapers are beneficial or are better is because of the negative health effects of reading digital content. And this is supposed to be a topic sentence, remember? Be looking on newspaper. People spend long continuous hours. Pick one adjective. Reading digital content that affects their eyesight. Yeah, you just said that. That's a typo. It's evident that people are more comfortable reading newspapers or magazines, as the font of the text is appropriate. Appropriate for what? Size? And there is no screen glare, which can cause an eye strain. Eye strain is uncountable. You can't have an eye strain. Well, my dear, it's a little bit better than the previous paragraph, but you can't just say things that it's evident that people are more comfortable. Give us an example. Oh, yeah, magazines, newspapers, affect in consecutive sentences. Don't repeat words. Connect back to the topic. This is what I was talking about, disappearing and replacing. Sentence construction and word order. Yes, you need to work on that. In conclusion, your goals is to summarize what you have already said in different words. Don't bring up anything new. Though the digital content gives a variety of information and latest news up every minute. Up to the minute news, which can be shared on social platforms. This is a new idea. It does not belong in the conclusion. And downloaded for others to use. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I strongly agree that the traditional way of reading newspapers and magazines. Here it comes. The reason is it smooths your life. What does that mean? It cannot be replaced by digital content from our daily life. Digital content from our daily life, it cannot be replaced from our daily life with digital or by digital content. See, that's what I meant by word order. You got some issues with parsing. So you've got some work to do here. This is you got some good points, a few here and there, but for your first essay, it's a start. Congratulations, you've started. So avoid repeating words. Come back to the topic and work on your opinion and expressing it throughout the essay. As I said, sentence construction and word order. So